Hello whiskey lovers and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings, and today we've got a double feature. We're not going to try one, but we're going to try two whiskies today. Two whiskies that are actually part of this range by the Lads of Lobland, as it is called. It is a Belgian club, the Bottle Your Own Club, Biopsy for short. They are guys in Belgium who are planning to release 8 bottles, 8 chapters in their what they call the monarchy of the lads. And so far they've had these 4, but now recently they released chapter 5 and 6, and those are the ones I would like to try today. So on the one hand we've got this one, which is a Speyside in disguise maybe. It is a Speyside whiskey, but the distillery is not disclosed. It is bottled at 53.4% ABV. This is chapter 5. Only 100 bottles are available. So this is a Speyside 18-year-old 1998 chapter 5. Then on the other hand I've got something completely different, also bourbon cask mature, just like the Speysider. This is a Ledaig, and this is 9 years old, bottled at 52.3% ABV. A Ledaig from Tobermory, of course. This is the peaty version of Tobermory, and this is the monarchy of the lads, the Lads of Lobland, excuse me, chapter 6. Now I've got bottle 100 of this one as well to go into my collection. I have this little agreement with Dominic from the Lads of Lobland that of every single release that they do, I would get the final number in my collection. I'm a bit crazy that way, but hey, everyone's got their quirks. That's one of mine. Now thankfully I do not want to open these bottles straight away. Obviously, these are for my collection. But thankfully, my good friend Dominic also provides me with a generous sample of every single bottling they do, so that I can try it for you as well. There we go. This is the Speyside, and as you can see, that is a very, very pale bourbon cask matured whiskey. On the other hand, the Ledaig is even paler. While this is sunlight in your glass, the Ledaig is actually, it's more like white wine or straw, so that's even paler, but both are bourbon cask matured, but very, very different indeed. The Speyside whiskey, 18 years old, 1998, bottled in 2006, is something I would like to drink before dinner. So this is more like an aperitif style whiskey for me, while the Ledaig, on the other hand, which is only 9 years old, this is quite peaty, quite different, a bit dirty even. So this is what I would call an after dinner dram. Now I'm not going to let you wait and have dinner after the aperitif style whiskey and then come back to this one. No, I've tried them before, obviously, and now I would like to discuss them with you. So let us get started with the aperitif style whiskey, in my opinion, the Speyside 18-year-old. Bottled at, as I said, 53.4% ABV. Sunlight in your glass, and this is quite beautiful with the last rays of sunshine still on my face. On the nose, honey sweet with some floral elements. I get some orange peel, I get a bit of like a fresh fig maybe, some pecan nuts, and there's also some fresh mint in there, but loads of honey, loads of honey. This is very sweet and very inviting on the palate. Fruity. I get some, how should I say this? You know, like a cake with some apricot jam in there. Very inviting, very sweet indeed. It's like I get some icing sugar, some milk chocolate shavings even, but again, loads of honey. And it does have a floral side, a herbal side, I should say, which reminds me a bit of thyme. You know, the spice thyme, or the herb, I should say. Speaking of spices, I also get some licorice, some ginger, and a bit of pepper. But this is very sweet and very, very lovely indeed. On the finish then. Medium long, all about the sweetness, and while the spices linger, it's the honey that keeps everything under control, that keeps everything sweet and smooth. Wow, lovely, lovely, lovely Speyside whiskey. I wish I knew which distillery this is, but no, that is being kept under wraps. This is a Speysider in disguise. But on to the Ledaig. onto the peated Tobermory then, which is only 9 years old and bottled at 52.3% ABV. Like I said, it's like white wine, very pale indeed, pale straw, white wine color on the nose. Ha! Now this is, I am fond of young Ledaig, I have to be honest. I've tried it before and I really like young Ledaig, but this is, especially when it's a bit sweet and dirty, and this is both, but this is quite atypical actually. I do get the farmy notes, I get the smokiness, but it's also got a medicinal side to it, and while there is some white fruit underneath, it has a hard time shining through because of all the medicinal touches, the wet rocks and whatnot. But what is atypical about this nose is that I get some Jupiter berries in there, and that's quite weird. If I were to smell this blind, this might as well have been a cask-aged gin. It's not a Ledaig, it's a Ledaig. How crazy is that? Quite atypical, but very, very nice indeed on the palate then. This baby is very oily indeed. Clings to your gums. It is a battle between sweetness and saltiness. I get some ashes, some tar in there, but also some grapefruit. So there is a sour touch in there as well. This is very, very powerful as well. It's very spicy too. I get some ginger, I get some licorice, I get some black pepper. But it's mostly the grapefruit that shines through on the palate, covered in ashes and tar. This is, like I said, dirty. It's got this dirty edge, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful. On the finish then. The finish, which I would describe as long, is a continued battle between the saltiness and the sweetness. And the smokiness that was really big on the palate, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but it's quite big on the palate, is now slowly fading away, leaving your mouth a bit dry and longing for a glass of water. I'm not going to add any tonic to this. I had some juniper berries on the nose, not on the palate nor in the finish. That was quite weird, but making this a Ledaig that is quite atypical, but simply wonderful. Now these bottles are limited to 100 each, and almost half of them are gone by the time of I take this. I just spoke to Dominic and he said, "Ooh, we're halfway through our supply. So if you want to get hold of this, you will have to hurry. You can order them through email, the Lads of Lobland. Simply shoot me an email if you are interested at info@weevy.be, and I will forward it to Dominic, who releases these, who is the president of the Bottle Your Own Club. Or Bring Your Own Bottle Club, that's how I should say it. Wow, 2 lovely releases by the Lads of Lobland. Looking forward to the final 2. I'm not sure what that's going to be. It's always a pleasant surprise. But so far, guys, if you are watching this, so far, all 6 of them are really up there. They are really higher than above par. These are beautiful, beautiful single malts. You guys know what you are doing, which makes us, the fans of good whiskey, very happy, because your releases are really top notch. Well done, and that's all for this Whiskey Rambling, and I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon, and until then, may them all be with you. Bye bye.